We acknowledge that we are standing on Turtle Island and the traditional territories of the Mississaugas, of the New Credit, and other peoples before them. The Ashnabe and the Haudishnani, we further acknowledge that indigenous people of this land have been treated unjustly and suffered at the hands of a continuous colonialist project. We oppose the racist government policies and public attitudes which maintain the inhumane situation and repeat it to this very day. We demand honest truth and true reconciliation, beginning with the process of restoration and government actions based on the land and human rights of the Turtle Island's indigenous peoples. Fighting for the people of Palestine means fighting also for the people of Turtle Islands, just like it means fighting for oppressed people everywhere in the world. We are Canadians from all walks of life and religions. We are deeply concerned about human rights and justice for all. We support Palestinians in their quest for freedom, democracy, and an end to the decades-long illegal occupation and colonization of Palestine. We oppose all forms of bigotry and racism, including Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, and anti-Palestinian hate speech. Let's be very clear, we oppose all forms of anti-hate speech, all forms of anti-racism. Let us be clear, we are against Zionism, we are not against Judaism. We reject the claim that Zionism and Judaism are one and the same thing, because they're not. We believe that the goals of Zionism are discriminatory and are profoundly inconsistent with the values of Judaism. We condemn, in particular, all acts of violence against innocent civilians, be it anywhere in the world. As conscious Canadians, we demand that our government fulfill its international legal duties to ensure respect by Israel of the Geneva Conventions and other applicable international laws. We call on Canada's government to impose, if required, peaceful economic sanctions on Israel. We call upon the government of Canada to impose peaceful economic sanctions on Israel until Israel complies fully with its international legal obligations. I want to say a few things to you, the attendees, as a statement of caution. Over the years, as you all know, the Al-Quds rally and the Al-Quds Day in Toronto has been targeted with many falsehoods to discredit this event and our actual purpose. It is called Anti-Palestinian racism. It is called Anti-Palestinian racism in Canada, and that is why it is the theme of this year's Al-Quds Day rally. We see examples all the time at Toronto City Hall, the Ontario Legislature and Parliament. We see it daily at public schools like the ones we saw in Nova Scotia recently. We see it in the media, pretending to fight hate and racism. They target Palestinians and pro-Palestine events like the Al-Quds rally and others. They want to shut down our voices from being heard. But we want to tell them that we're not going to be quiet. And from the river to the sea, Palestine. From the river to the sea. Therefore, all people attending Al-Quds are responsible for proper behavior and for keeping our event peace-loving and completely anti-racist, as it is our intention. In order to keep the event from being abused, we ask you to do the following. Number one, at the slightest indication of trouble or someone who's making threat or acting indecently or strangely, please report to an event marshal. You will see them wearing yellow vests, and you will see them all over in this area as well as while we're walking. Number two, If you see an incident which troubles you, please take out your phone and videotape it so that we can use it as an evidence if needed. Also, let an event marshal know of what you have witnessed. Very important, amongst your ranks might be people in the crowd with microphones and cameras pretending to be journalists. Now let's be very clear that these are fake journalists spreading fake news. Do not, I repeat, do not speak or give any interviews. These are fake journalists trying to make fake news. They will take your words, they will use them against you and against this rally. Our media person is Stephen Ellis, and the yellow vest people here that you see all over are marshals. You can refer any such person to these people. If you do see media, actual media, you can again direct them to an event marshal. The issue of Palestine is not a minor issue. About 60 plus years have passed from the occupation of Palestine. Several generations of these people, the Palestinians, have come and gone, but the Palestinian ideal has survived. It has thrived, as we see here in Toronto. The Zionists are trying to destroy the Palestinian ideal, but the Palestinian ideal has survived. The issue of Palestine is a very important issue. We cannot, we will not abandon the issue of Palestine. When a person whose house has been occupied, whose life is in danger, and who does not have financial security, they come and they destroy his house with a bulldozer. They engage in building settlements and destroy his farm. And then when this person attacks with a stone, they say this person is a terrorist. This is while the organization that is destroying the person's life, his property, his security, his dignity, his wealth, this person is referred to as terrorist. Shame. I have to say, it is one of the wonders of the world today. Someone has come and usurped a house. They have thrown out the owner of the house, and they are constantly oppressing him, and they say to him that he should not defend himself. And when he's defending himself, if the oppressed owner who's defending himself, who is defending his security, his wife, his children, dignity and everything, he swears at the usurper or throws a stone at him, this person is called a terrorist. Shame. Is this a minor thing? No, it's not. Is this a minor wrongdoing? No, it's not. It's not a minor mistake. This is not a minor act of oppression that cannot be forgiven. We, as the Al-Quds Committee of Toronto, will continue to raise our voice in defense of the Palestinian nation and for the oppressed people all around the world. From the river to the sea.